What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Trench Grenade channel. Today we're just going to be having a quick discussion out here on the range on answering a few of you guys' questions regarding how much time should you spend on the range, how many days a month or a year should you be going to the range, and what should you be practicing on to get better, right? Because a lot of you guys don't have the financial resources or the time to be able to come out here and support your training addiction to prepare for any sort of real world incident, that may occur. All right, so the quick answer, I'm going to tell you after this. Guys, join the Patreon. You know the deal. If you want to get access to the Discord server and to support the channel, do all the things. Join the Patreon. It's $5 a month. Also, Mystery Ranch. If you don't have a good bag, an assault bag, right, go check out Mystery Ranch. I'll link it down below, and you guys can check that out, and it'll be great, and all the things. Okay, so how long should you spend at the range? Let's tackle that. So a lot of guys will ask me, how much time do I spend on an average day at the range? Well, typically I come out here, I already have everything written up in a notebook, right, prior to coming out, what I want to do with my training day, okay? I come out here, the first thing I do is paint up the targets if I haven't already painted them. That's step number one. So paint up my two targets, right? I come out here and I normally start with 5 from the holster dry fires. Just draw the gun, present, dry fire, and then do 5 of those right off the bat, okay? Make sure my shot timer is working and actually, has batteries the night before. And you're looking at about an hour and a half. Come out, hour and a half, mags should already be loaded, you hit the ground, and you just start hammering targets. As you're checking targets and as you're collecting data, you need to be loading mags. As you shoot the mags, you need to be reloading them. And making sure you're good on that, okay? So I would say an hour and a half, 2 hours is like pushing it, right? Because you got to consider fatigue on the range, as well as, if you're shooting a handgun, for example, you need to have that good grip every time. I'm not talking about death grip, but I am talking about a good firm handshake with the gun. And if you're out here for 2 hours, you're not doing that, okay? So I'd say an hour and a half, is probably a good metric to go for, and making sure that the time spent on the range isn't just burning ammo to burn ammo, is spent getting data for yourself. That way you're more confident in the things that you're going to be required to do if you ever have to actually use that weapon, okay? I normally come out at least once a week. Now, I do this as a part-time job, right, for the channel. So I'm coming out here at least once a week for you guys to gather data, to shoot drills, for YouTube. For you guys, I'd say at least once a month, but supplement that with the ability of dry fire. So if you dry fire daily, if you dry fire for 15 minutes a day, right, you just put your belt on, you put your gear on, and you dry fire, put your holster on, empty all your magazines real quick, and you just grab the shot timer, tape over the shot timer with some tape, and aim at a light switch in your house or something in a safe direction, and just dry fire for 15 minutes a day. You're going to be able to get a lot better than the guy that just goes to the range once a month, right? So I do recommend dry firing a lot. It's what made me better, right? Made me a better shooter. You're going to learn more about your gun during that dry fire session than you will with thousands of rounds, right, of just burning it. I could come out here, shoot stuff into the berm, and it's not going to get any benefit of just having fun and shooting trash. Yeah, shooting trash, shooting steel is awesome, but you need to have a goal, right? A goal for the training. You can't just be out here burning ammo unless your goal is to just have fun. Then fine, if that's what you're trying to do, then do that. But if you're trying to get better, then you need to have a regimen of when you get to the range of what you're actually going to conduct on that range day. Last piece of information, right? And I'll just use this gun as an example, okay? So Glock 19, say you're running a standard, whatever your gun that you're gonna run for the day is, okay? Whether it be a rifle or a handgun. For this gun, for example, I need to inspect my sights as I'm dry firing prior to coming to the range. I need to make sure that my sights have not moved. So I'm not running a red dot today, I'm just running irons. So I just need to make sure that they have not moved, that they're still where they're supposed to be, where I actually installed them and Loctited them in, to make sure everything is actually working prior to getting to the range. Because what you don't want to have happen is you come out here and your sights are not, or your red dot or whatever you're running is not installed properly. You should also conduct a function check on your gun to make sure it's actually mechanically working prior to getting to the range. Part number 2, anything that's attached to the gun, like a light, a laser, an optic, anything like that, you should make sure that's tight, okay? Actually tight to whatever specification, or for me, I just make sure that shit is tight as fuck, right? And make sure it's tight and good to go. And then, last but not least, make sure that you have the ammunition prepared and that it's the right ammunition. I don't know how many times I come out to the range with you know, I'm in a hurry after work, I'm trying to get to the range. I come out here and I have my carry ammo, a ton of carry ammo. Well, I don't really want to burn my carry ammo down on the range, right? So having the right ammunition prepared is also going to be huge. And, you know, now I'm just going off on a tangent, but just little things like that, right? Making sure your belt, whatever you're going to be running, is actually set up properly. Making sure you have White Monster, you know, on hand. Make sure you eat that prior to the range session. That way you're not worrying about food while you're out on the flat range, stuff like that, right? So that's generally how I go about organizing my range session. You guys will decide what is best for you, but yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on it. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me today on the range. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment below. Make sure you're actually subscribed to the channel. Recommend it to a buddy. Let me know what your range regimen consists of. And until next time, this is going to be Trench Grenade, your average Glock 19, dumping it into the berm enjoyer that your mom said that we have at home, signing out. Cheers.